So we've been bumming around, taking odd jobs here and there where we can and getting our mechs put back together. And it's been swings and roundabouts so far as money's gone. I've managed to get the total up, but costs rise at the same time. Quite a couple of new mechs. But nothing too fantastic, so I think it's about time we went back to our rich benefactor who has the advantage of not having double-crossed us. Which, you know, that was nice. Just waiting for some work to finish on these mechs, and then we can be off. Got a little bit of breathing room with 750,000 credits. Okay, did I want to alter anything else? Because I can't resist customizing things. Let's see. I've upgraded my own mech, got hold of a couple of new ones. The Vindicator's pretty nice. Particle projection cannon, you know. The Spider, which I renamed Boulder because it keeps getting killed. It's actually turned out to be quite useful if you keep moving. And it was the same with the Jenner, which I'm wondering if it was named after Bruce/Caitlyn Jenner, considering when the game was made and everything. And the Centurion's proven quite reliable. Can take a bit of a smacking around. Okay, I don't really want to alter anything there. Not got a lot of spare kit, to be honest. Okay, our first strike. I've taken on 2 skull missions before and succeeded. And this will more than double my money if I take it. Good salvage too. Alright.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
It's war. And war is fantastic. Or at least profitable. I did dig out my old 3025 technical manual. So I found out some interesting things, like the Blackjack, the mech that I started with. It's kind of a black sheep mech. It was never intended for use against other mechs. It was meant to quell insurgencies by taking on light vehicles and things, which is what I have been using it for. Now I've got the unrevised version of the technical readout manual, and some of the names of companies and things in it are things that have probably changed in revised versions. So the Blackjack was built by General Motors, which seems kind of unlikely these days, and it's actually a pretty good mech, but in the lore it's got a reputation for being a bit shit. So while it was built for a non-mech fighting purpose, and while it was designed and made new and fit for purpose, it got this reputation as being bad. The armour supposedly got brittle and fell off. It was supposedly prone to overheating. Its feet supposedly weren't big enough to keep it stable, and all these kind of other things, none of which was true, but meant it had a terrible reputation, which meant that the Star League refused to use them pretty much, and so they ended up on backwater planets and garrisons and things like that, though they have proven their worth in battle. Taking on hordes of weaker mechs, which someone thought was a brilliant tactic. So, they're not that terrible. Yeah, I know we're low on money, that's why we're taking this fucking job. Ooh, somewhere vaguely Earth-like. Weldry. We've arrived at Weldry, Commander. Ready to proceed with our current contract? Ready as we'll ever be. First strike. In orbit. Weldry. Weldry, one of the most notorious hellholes in the Oregon Reach. Looks nice from orbit. Everything about this place is hostile to human life. and for the past 3 years Espinosa has used it as a dumping ground for his political enemies. Well, this sounds lovely. The Directorate has a prison complex on the planet's surface. The inmates call it the Icebox. So overheating's not going to be a problem. Is that what you're saying, love? The image of an imposing structure appears on your view screen. It has the solid, heavy walls that you've come to associate with Taurian architecture. Taurian Concordat being one of the periphery states. I'm guessing Taurus. It's a holding facility for political prisoners, including high-value hostages, members of the founding families, spouses, sons and daughters. If we liberate the prisoners and set them free, we break Espinosa's leverage over the founding houses. The political map will change overnight. Okay, and we pretty much get an army straight off of people who are angry at the status quo. Okay, I see. Sound planning. We don't know what the Directorate has been doing to our people in there, but we have to set them free, not just for political gain, but because they are our people, and we need your help to do it. I need to know what I'm about to send my lance into. What makes Weldry so inhospitable? Everything, from the sub-zero climate to the inedible vegetation. The whole planet is infested with blood-sucking insects. The swarms can stretch for miles. Charming. You're shitting me. God, I love you, Yang. Have my mech, babies. I'm afraid not. They're called Branson's mosquitoes. Imagine a colonial biting fly the size of your thumb. They serve as carriers for harmful bacteria. Lovely. And you're dropping infantry there? On purpose? The army will be safe. Population centres like the Icebox use ultrasonics to keep the swarms at bay. But I thank you for your concern, Mr. Vitanen. Well, maybe we can take out ultrasonics from enemy stations. Aren't the founding lords and ladies supposed to be powerless figureheads? What's the point? There are different kinds of power, Grimnir. The founding houses may be anemic in terms of martial strength, but their words still carry weight in the Oregon Reach. If they rally behind us, the people who love them will follow. Governments have been toppled with less. This is true. My uncle has hardline supporters everywhere. Their ranks have swelled in the absence of strong opposition, but the remaining members of the founding council will rally their people against the Directorate if given the chance. By freeing Weldry, we will give them that chance. You got an army. What do you need us for? Subtle, decisive action. I will lead the army in an all-out assault on the Directorate's primary spaceport. After I've drawn their attention, you will sneak in, attack the Icebox, and liberate it. We'll set my uncle's hostages free and put the founding families in our debt, all in one fell swoop. In my experience, operations of this scale rarely go according to plan, Princess. I know, Grimnir, and that is one of the major reasons why I need you on this drop. You adapted to the chaos of the battlefield on Coromodir. I'll be counting on you to do the same here. I'll remain in radio contact with you after we hit the ground. Good hunting, Grimnir. Give my uncle's troops the hell that they have earned. After the Directorate presence on the planet has been crushed and the Icebox has been liberated, we'll regroup to celebrate our victory. Don't count your Archuran mega chickens before they're hatched. Let's see, what do we want? I will want to make a splash, so people know me for my blackjack, so let's hop in that. And then let's go for tonnage, because these tend to be longer, more drawn out battles. And tonnage is a good general indicator of firepower and endurance. Alright. You take the Vindicator, Behemoth. Reaper, you take the Shadowhawk. And Outrigger, you take the Centurion. All set, armed, armoured, ready, deploy. So yeah, the blackjack got this bad reputation for no real particular reason, and so it became desperately unfashionable. And that's why the Star League didn't bother with them, and probably why quite a few of them survived the whole fall of everything. But yeah, there was this decisive battle on Zosa 7 where they were used to destroy swarms of Wasp and Stinger light mechs. And that seems to have helped their reputation somewhat. So that's something. Right, what do we need to do? Fight our way to the prison camp, destroy all Directorate forces, liberate the icebox. It's dropped to a 1.5 star mission. This is it, our first strike against my uncle's Directorate, our first step towards justice. While I lead the Restoration Army against Weldry's primary spaceport, you will launch a sneak attack against the icebox and liberate it. I know that you can do this, Grimnir. We can do this, together. You're going to be hiding in a massive army. Alright. War. You did kill my mentor.
Command
And sabotage my mech.
initiated.
Betray me for money, I can understand. Betray me for bloodlines, I can't. There are 2 entrances into the complex, Commander. Intel says that each is defended by a series of elevated turrets. I hate turrets. I'm also seeing an LRM emplacement between the 2 checkpoints. Battlemech defences should be practically nil as predicted. I bet that goes sideways. Lady Arana's preemptive strike has already drawn the prison standard garrison away. I'm seeing heavy vehicles and turrets on my screen, nothing that you can't handle. Tanks can be tricky. Clear away the opposition and capture the prison. Lady Arana and the Restoration Army will take care of the rest. Good hunting, Commander. Alright. Let us fuck some shit up. Turret generators on that side, so if I break right, maybe I can get somewhere.
Acknowledged.
I did discover that you can move without waiting. That's gotten me into trouble a few times, but you know, if you don't want to fuck about, you can move everyone up. And it defaults to sprint when there's nobody around, and defaults to walk when people are, which is handy. You know, it's smart UI choices that they've made with the game. Let that one go and see if we spot anything first. Doesn't look like it. Which means I can move the rest up.
I copy.
At full hoon. Which apparently is Australian slang, something I never knew.
Roger.
We just use it to mean going fast. I don't know what the origin is in Australia. Hoon. This is the trouble of playing by myself and having to record it, because I don't have the bandwidth to stream. I just end up babbling to myself. Trying to be entertaining. Aha! Okay, what do we got? Vehicles of some description.
Roger that.
Can we sensor lock any of them? Not yet.
Reporting enemy contact.
Okay.
Acknowledged.
So battle will be joined next turn, I think.
Coordinates received.
Funny, the trick tends to be to concentrate fire and to use cooled shot whenever you can, and the most effective way to aim your cooled shot is for the legs to knock them over. Because even if it doesn't take them out, it makes them vulnerable, injures the pilot, and basically takes them out of action for a turn.
Yes, Commander.
Can I get into any cover? Just there.
Aye, aye.
Always best to be cautious. Come on, move into range. He's going to get a nasty shock when he does. Okay, can't get into range of them, so we're going to need cover. I mean, these little vehicles might just plink plink, but it does all add up. That's the thing, when you think about mecha battles, you think about all this kind of dashing and darting and so on around, but that's not how Battletech works.
Waiting for orders.
At all. It's much more kind of gnawing away at each other with weapons. Now I've read about the blackjack, I kind of stubbornly want to keep using it, but I know I'll upgrade when something better comes along.
What's up, boss?
You know, you'd normally think about
Move order received.
marrying up a pilot to a mech and to a particular style of combat, but I found I haven't. I've been swapping people back and forth. The blackjack's just the one I think of as my mech for some reason.
This is the Warden. We have an intruder alert. All combat units, prepare to repel hostiles.
Well, he sounds charming. Alright. He wants to repel hostiles, let's be hostile. Right. They've got sensor lock on us, which means they can fire out of range, and the thing turrets have got going for them is they can fire a really long way. So we're going to have to weather that until we can get in. I think come in, break left and try and get up to the generators. Machine guns are actually good in this. Especially for close combat mechs.
Good to go.
Alright, so we're able to hit him now. We still want to get cover if we can.
Affirmative.
And there is no point fucking around, so... a waste, but
One
no
more.
such thing as too much kill.
Yes, Commander.
Not enough cover. Fine. Speed it is then.
Got it.
And bracing should minimise harm, because there's going to be some, I suspect.
Commander. Moving to position.
Okay, come on, come on.
We've got an unknown on sensors.
Another tread-driven lamb to
New
the
bogey
slaughter.
on the field. They've got a
More
lock on
vehicles.
me.
Provided they don't gang up,
They've
it
got
should
a
be
lock
alright.
on me.
Okay, that could have been worse. I think that's a heavy laser, a blue one. It's red for small, green for medium, blue for heavy. The thing about the blackjack is there's not that many standard variants because no one really bothered experimenting with it, but us being mercenaries I can screw around with ideas that it mentions in the technical manual on my own, such as replacing the ACs with heavy lasers, putting some more heat sinks in, that sort of thing. Right. Okay, I can hit the generator if I move to there. prison gates are going to be your best point of entry. Blow them down and make your way inside, or jump the walls. If your lance is capable of it, your call. I hate jumping. I sold my jump jets. Some people are probably horrified by that. Okay. Prioritize the generator.
Engaging target.
Solid hit, but not quite enough.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, yeah, we can get into cover there. I want to be able to hit the generators again. I don't know if those generators are tied to these turrets, though. I guess we'll find out. Can I split fire? Yes. But only with the LRMs, which I'd rather keep on that. Okay, moment of truth. I do like the missiles. Can't wait to get an archer.
One less target.
But that's another Robotech stolen one. Okay, that's one set of generators down. Doesn't seem to have done much
Standing
there.
by.
What can we do here? Not a whole heck of a lot. The one thing I don't like is it's quite tricky to get your field of fire quite right. I've had instances when I've clicked and it swung wildly at the last second, and so I've been facing the wrong direction. That's been kind of annoying. I can see why they're not doing takebacks, but still. Okay, so we want to fire the autocannon at the turret and the long-range missiles.
Roger.
The generator. Okay. Plink. Every little helps. And buildings can't dodge, which is nice. And mecha kind of can. I suppose.
Receiving you.
Right. Okay.
Got it.
Can you split fire? Yep. No point. Could have sworn there was another red line coming off that before, but never mind.
Locking on.
Almost. It's nicely on fire. They're retreating. Wise move. Oh, they're tickled.
I've been sensor locked.
Warning. Enemy sensor lock detected.
I haven't really been in many situations where I need to use sensor lock yet. I think once I get some more long-range platform mechs, might be more use to me then. Okay, we still want to take that out. Can I? Okay. High ground then, I suppose. Bit exposed, but okay, we want to be sure, so despite the heat,
Engaging target. Target
well,
building
that's that down.
destroyed.
And the turrets are offline. Excellent. At least I think they are. They're not glowing red anymore.
Standing by.
Yes, they are. Damn it, wrong generators. Well, I must have done something. The question is just what. That's cover.
On my way.
The other generators must be inside somewhere. Okay. But vehicles first. Scorpion. Okay. One on
Multiple
each.
enemies locked in.
After all that talk I gave about concentrating fire, I guess I was hoping to get lucky.
Commander.
Right. Okay.
Heading out.
Let's see what we can see. Okay, so I can hit that with LRMs. Hit that with autocannons. And that's it. Okay. That'll do.
Splitting fire.
The light autocannons are pretty good sniper weapons against static targets, at least.
Orders. Copy that.
At the moment I've got kind of hodgepodge of weapons because the load got destroyed, so I just had to go for whatever fit, really. Okay.
Firing.
I wouldn't bet on it though. No, but internal damage. He's smoking. Something is going to go sideways. I don't know what. Aha, there's generators. Okay, let's move on those quick.
Oh, I'm wounded. Damage is minor, Commander.
Stick a dinosaur sticking plaster on it and see what you can do.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
Now I know where the generators are. Come on.
Engaging multiple targets.
Ah, shit. Forgot to keep an eye on the heat. if I stamp one of them to death, that won't
Good to go.
be so much heat. Okay, I can get in range of the generators.
Got it.
And the turrets are a bigger threat than the vehicles. So let's see if we can take one of these, two of these out.
I copy.
Damn it, how do you miss a building?
Ready for orders. Moving to position.
Come on, give him a slap.
On it.
One down.
Ready for orders.
Okay, so you can hit those with long-range missiles. And that with the PPC and not be
Roger
overheated.
that.
So. Not quite, nearly.
Turret.
But that's the turret down. So that should make things easier. Surely smashing one of those should have powered some of them down.
That shot got past my armor.
It's because you got shot in the ass. If you will leave it hanging out. Come on.
My armor is getting stripped off.
Is it my go yet?
Reporting internal damage.
Come on.
Not much armor left in that location.
Stop picking on her.
Losing lots of armor.
Okay. It's clobbering time. So for one thing, that'll help me on the heat issue.
Physical attack.
Got him. And shot the corpses, why not?
Enemy unit destroyed.
Okay, those are pulling back. There's that one over here.
Yes, Commander. Moving out.
Need to get rid of him, even though it's just a vehicle. You do not want to get shot in the ass. I'll tell you that much for free.
Confirmed.
Okay, scratch another one.
Vehicle trashed. Receiving you.
Gates. vehicle, there's the generators. Okay, so ideally we want some cover.
Location confirmed. Multiple targets confirmed.
Another one down, and that's taken down at least one turret.
Orders.
Okay, heat's fine on him, so if I'm in range, I might be able to take those out. Alright, fine.
Roger that.
I mean, I know I'm tense over what isn't looking too dangerous, but it just takes one lucky hit and
Reporting.
you're screwed,
Enemy
and
vehicle
you
eliminated.
pay for all the damage you take. God bless you, trees, for taking the hits.
Took a hard hit there. Reporting major armor loss.
Alright, love, keep your knickers on. Okay, what have we got left? Hopefully that'll do it.
Multiple targets.
Okay, I thought that would have done it. Okay, I've hurt him a bit. That's good.
Orders. Acknowledged.
For the love of the fuck, take out those generators. Okay.
Copy that.
Is that going to do it? One down. Two down.
Target
So
eliminated.
shouldn't have to worry about the turrets anymore. I'm guessing the choral music and the zoom means that was a good thing.
Receiving you. Copy that.
Okay, so now I can start heading to the gates. And just try and make sure this tank doesn't get any closer.
Aye, aye.
Fine, go for it. Got him. Sometimes tanks last forever,
Vehicle down.
sometimes it just takes one hit. No point. No point wasting ammo on the gate. So let's give it a touch of the old
Firing.
PPC fire. So the thing about particle cannons is all you would really need is a strong magnetic field. And it wouldn't hurt you. But cool, zappy science fiction weapons, you know. There's probably something waiting for us inside. So let's stay reasonably cautious.
Engaging target.
And ta-da! Giant battle mech.
Target building destroyed.
No. He surprised me. Okay, what am I waiting for?
Waiting for orders. Yes, Commander. Roger that. On my way.
Oh, I've got no choice because I sold all my jump jets, so we're going to have to go in the front gate. Knock, knock. Maybe that's another gate. Okay.
On my way.
Excellent work, Commander. The prison is ours. Okay. All Directorate personnel to action stations. God damn it, this is not a drill, etc. Looks like we've got more company. I'm seeing heat signatures coming online in the prison mech bay. The warden must have held a lance in reserve.
Sit tight, Commander.
Called it.
Lady Arano is aware of the situation. Reinforcements are on the way.
On the way, but not here. Okay, I don't see them yet, so I've got a chance.
Coordinates received.
There they are. Okay, so we can occupy the water, cool off, and let them have it with all weapons as much as we want, pretty much. Let's boil a lake, shall we? It's a rather extreme way to make a nice cup of tea. Jenna, okay. Nasty if they get close, but fragile. I did use one to great effect for a while on the side missions, by using morale to do cool shots to their legs, which worked quite nicely. Speaking of cool shots,
Engaging target.
total miss.
No damage detected.
And with all that gunnery skill I've been piling points into as well. Okay, so we've got Jenna. Something with missiles.
Commander. Move order received.
Oops, sorry about your fence. I do like the way it stomps through the ground, and I do like the way that a computer can run the rules in such a way that they make more sense than the board game may have done at some points.
Copy that. That hit something good.
Fragile. God, I hope these are light. I mean, if they kept them in reserve, they should be. You're getting a bit fragile. How about backing off?
Armor breach. Internal damage. Good to go. Confirm.
One mech at a time.
Orders. On the move.
Numbers make up for a lot as well. If you can get around behind, because you've got the numbers on them, it makes a big difference.
Roger.
Fight harder, damn you!
Got it.
Can't let this prison fall!
Yeah, you can. Just give up, go home, leave it to us. Join the winning side. We have money and cookies. And we don't have a right arm.
Internal structure damage.
Didn't Decker's death teach you anything? Is that a rifleman? Or if they... I think that was one of the semi-banned designs. Again, stolen from Robotech. Oh, they call it a Jägermech. I'm going to have to look that up and see if that's a rename. Come on, I can hit him. What's the hold up? There we go.
Engaging target.
Going to be in the water soon, so. Okay, we're through to the structure somewhere, so that's good. Because those things, if it's what I think it is, really hammer at you long range. Okay.
Standing by.
Let's get Reaper in the water and a bit further away.
Roger.
Nice warm bath. Well, cold bath. Right. Can't do any more cold shots.
Aye, aye.
The accurate range. Might even knock it over if we're lucky. What do we got here? Trebuchet. That's got lots of rockets, I
Yes,
think.
Commander. Good to go.
We can wait on him. We've got to take this thing out. You're in the water now, so no point in holding back. Lost an arm, good.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, we want to be able to direct fire,
Order received.
so... Again, no point holding
Giving
back.
them everything
Give it
I've
everything.
got.
Yes. Okay, so we can finish him off or concentrate on the trebuchet if it's causing... Oh no, he's just stood right back up. Bloody kip-upping martial artist in mechs, what next? Well, next seems to be charge. I was expecting more, even
Losing armor.
despite doing it so much damage. Okay, can we finish him off? For the Oregon people! What do you know? Reinforcements actually showed up on time. At an auto bombardment, or why can't we have one of those? Okay, give me the kill. Into the water. Target.
Engaging
Fire.
target.
got fall, giant fall. Are they 60 tons? I think they're 60 tons. Kintaro, oh that's Cameo. I fought one of those, they were quite tough. Still that, whatever it is. We're down to 2. Hopefully she can take care of herself. Okay.
Ready for orders.
I wanna go there. No good vantage points.
Affirmative.
Yeah, there's also they got an interesting variety of terrain in the game, like radioactive zones and geothermal zones, things like that, just to, keep things interesting. When they convert all games to computer games, I like them to do as faithfully as possible, but there are improvements that you can make to take advantage of the computer games, and this is a good example. I think they've done a really good job on it. I've not tried the multiplayer yet. I imagine it would get annoying. I don't think playing online would have the same feel of this. I'm being cautious because I need to make sure I have the money to pay for all the repairs and everything, and unless it's got a campaign option, PvP, I just don't see that working really. Okay. Can do another cool shot, so let's try and take his legs out again.
Acknowledged. What's up, boss?
Okay, so he's got less firepower, that's good. Come on, princess, show me your worth something. Okay, he's not down, but that's good. What is that? Centurion. I know they're tough. Come on, Reaper, hold that thing together just a little longer.
Engaging target.
And he's down. Okay, he's not so much of a threat, so I think we can afford
Copy that.
to change target.
Roger that.
Every little helps.
Orders.
Okay, since otherwise guns are going to be wasted, and since we're in the water.
Firing on
Alright,
multiple enemies.
can afford to fire everything, so may as well take a pot shot there.
Standing by.
Same issue here.
Acknowledged.
Okay, he's out. And he's down. And the last thing we need to deal with. Unless something else happens. Go for the eyes, boo.
Standing by. Engaging.
Got it.
Mech.
Alright. Is that mission accomplished? The prison is ours. Thanks for the assist, Lady Arano. I'll have Sumira bring us down for the victory celebration. There will be no celebrating, not after what I saw out there. Gods, Darius, the things the Directorate has done to these people. Damn you, cartoonish villains. Come here, I need you to meet me in the prison hospital right now. What is it? Better that you see for yourself. And come here, prepare yourself. This isn't going to be easy.
Mission successful.
Okay, not too bad. Didn't lose anyone. But what's going on in the hospital? Success, success, success. Payout nearly 2 million. Nice. Excellent work, Commander. I was right to put my faith in you. You're a critical part of the restoration effort. Damn straight. That's why you pay me the big bucks. Oh, ow, 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 ow. I see some refits in my future. Okay, what do we want? Jägermech, Jägermech. 65 tons. I was close. Yeah, I want a Jägermech. I think that will be my new mighty steed. And large lasers. Yeah, we'll have one of those large lasers and hope we get more cool stuff in the random draw. What else did we get? Jägermech parts. So we should be able to put together a Jägermech. Jenna, trebuchet. Okay, yeah, not too bad. A nice haul. So I should be able to put together that Jägermech into something formidable for me to drive around in a similar kind of role. I guess it kind of is a scaled up blackjack in a way. But I'll keep the blackjack around for sentimental reasons. Can go into storage.
By the time our forces found him, it was too late. I'm sorry, Kamea. He was here all this time.
Rashu.
Thought he was already dead. the Arano Restoration, the Icebox, Weldry. Camilla, I'm so sorry. I know how much Mastiff meant to you. He was a friend and mentor to us both, and me, but I mourned him years ago. I'm not going to do it again. He was more than that. The old man was like a second father to me, and my uncle condemned him to waste away on this rock, to die wretched and broken, in agony. I knew Sir Raju longer than either of you. I'll avenge him, I promise you that. We'll avenge him together. There's no coming back from what I've witnessed here today. What they've done here is monstrous. It's inhuman. Our intel was wrong, Alexander. The Icebox isn't a prison, it's a meat grinder. Gods, my own family is behind this. And what's left of mine has chosen to look the other way. It isn't an easy thing to wrap your head around, but try to remain focused. We've just liberated the Directorate's hostages. With a single blow, you've shattered your uncle's hold on the founding houses. The prisoners you've set free are already calling you the Sword of Restoration. We need to spread this message all the way to Coromadir, to galvanize your supporters and weaken Espinosa's popularity there. Espinosa stole the throne at gunpoint. How much popularity could he have? More than you'd expect. Remember that Espinosa's first priority was the centralization of power. That meant a tremendous growth in resources and infrastructure on the throne world. The citizens of Coromadir enjoy fewer personal freedoms than they once did, but their lives have improved greatly in a material sense, and people will forgive a great deal for security and comfort. With our victory on Weldry, we've all seen what happened to those who would not be bought or indoctrinated, those who refused to kneel before a tyrant. We know what became of the people who were made to disappear, and soon enough the entire Reach will know it too. The momentum is on our side, Camilla. We need to take advantage of it. You're right, this isn't the time for hand-wringing, but Alexander, you didn't see what I saw out there. On the other end of the battlefield, the work crews all hunched and broken, the graveyards, great fields of unmarked burial plots that stretched as far as the eye could see. Every time I blink, I see it, the misery that was allowed to fester here. I served some time in an Oregon prison during your father's reign. It was no picnic, but it wasn't a gulag either. It wouldn't have been. My father wouldn't have allowed it. Before my uncle's coup, the Oregon Reach was better than this. This place is going to stay with these people for the rest of their lives. I'll do anything to be able to spare them that. I'll do anything to be able to spare them that hurt, but I can't. Word of advice from an old veteran, Lady Arano? Focus on something you can do. Give us an order. Tell us to blow something up. Shit, use your imagination. The key is you do something and you move on. Thank you, Chief Vertanen. You have a good crew, Grimnir. I have a new assignment for you and a reward for your service. The Argo appears on your view screen. She's in rough shape, but she appears to be spaceworthy. For decades, the wreck site of the Argo was one of my father's most closely held secrets. When I sent you to retrieve her, I meant for her to serve a symbolic purpose, a sign of rebirth and renewal, emblazoned with the Arano cormorant for all to see. I was naive. This is a time for action, not symbols, and so, Grimnir, I've decided that she will be yours to command. Okay, I promise not to half-inch it and go off and earn a fortune. The Argo will serve as your new home, and she will fly your mercenary banner. Lord Madeira will join you to act as my liaison. And in return, you will grow stronger, sharper, more flexible. You'll hone your company to a razor's edge, one that I will hold to the Directorate's throat. In that case, congratulations. You got yourself a navy. If that's settled, then please, come here, go back to the triage tent and get those wounds looked at. The conditions here are beyond unsanitary, and you'll be of no use to anyone if you're dying of tetanus. Our soldiers can tend to the wounded. We need you strong for the fight ahead. I will, Alexander, but not just yet. Assemble our people in the courtyard. There's something that I need to say.
People of the Oregon Reach, I am Kamea Arano, and I have failed you.
Still
For
call you
3
Camilla
long years,
in Oregon.
Director Espinosa has imprisoned and starved and murdered our people. And where was I? Hiding in a palace, light years away, building support, planning. While the Directorate's secret police turned neighbor against neighbor, made your loved ones disappear, conscripted your children. I wasn't here. I didn't know. The crimes that I have witnessed here today are unforgivable. No doubt, Director Espinosa believes that the ends justify the means, that the Oregon Reach has been made strong. Well, I say that strength built on fear is brittle. The Directorate is a paper tiger, and I declare this restoration today to rally the true strength of our people, our resilience, and our freedom. Let Weldry be a call to arms. Join us, and together we will liberate the founding houses and retake Cormadir. Not because it is my birthright, but because the Directorate's crimes against you, the Oregon people, will no longer be tolerated. That is what I fight for, and I vow to fight for your freedoms to my dying
Nobles.
breath.
All talk a good game until they're in power. Same with any politician. But she can't be worse than this guy. Have ship, will travel. In orbit, Weldry. Hello again, my mercenary friends. Before you officially take possession of the Argo, I wanted to introduce myself in person. We never really got a chance to meet properly on Icehouse. So, hi. I'm Dr. Farah Marud, or just Farah if you prefer. It's nice to meet you all face to face. Yeah, Doc, you too. I'm gonna call you Doc, by the way. You should probably go ahead and get used to it. It was impressive work you did getting the Argo flying. Between you and me, I had my doubts. Honestly, I did too. You should have seen what the Argo's interior looked like after a couple of 100 years of pirate occupation. Actually, I take that back. If you'd seen what I saw, you would never have wanted to set foot inside. Take it from me, the ship has been deloused from bow to stern, and every metre of her has been hosed down with industrial-grade disinfectant. This ship is clean enough to eat off, I swear. Clean is good, space-worthy is better. Sure the Argo's ready for action? Oh, absolutely. I mean, she's here, isn't she? All the way from Lytton with nary a decompression event in sight. Don't worry, Commander. I wouldn't endanger my new crewmates by putting them on an unsafe ship. I've got professional standards to maintain. New crewmates? Do you know something we don't? Did Lady Arana not say? I'm coming with you. You'll need me if anything goes wrong with the ship. Not that it will, mind you, but you know, just in case. Oh, and Darius, I'm sorry about all the shouting back on Icehouse. As it turns out, getting shot at by pirates puts me on edge. No hard feelings? None at all. Keep this beast flying and you can yell at me as much as you want. Hell, I'm used to it. Welcome to the family. You too, Lord Madeira. I never imagined we'd be working together, but I'm glad to have the opportunity. As am I, Mr. Oliveira. Over the years of our exile, Lady Arano told me a great deal about you and your company, all of it good. Even before the events of the coup, she knew about Markham's marauders. Your assistance in her father's Fjaldr campaign did not go unnoticed. It was a job, Lord Madeira. We only did what High Lord Tamati paid us to do. Still, it feels good to be appreciated, and to know that someone out there still remembers Commander Markham's name. This is all very heartwarming, but I want to see my new billions of credits. I mean, my new ship. Of course, Commander Dawes, quite right. You remember Lady Arano's orders. While you wait for her call, you are to sharpen your company and grow strong. And now that you have a mobile command centre worthy of the title, I suggest that you use it. Oh, I intend to. I'll get you a fresh batch of contracts to look over, Jack. The whole Rimwood periphery is our oyster now. We won't be limited by debts or travel restrictions. Exciting times, I've got to say. Exciting doesn't begin to describe it. This is like returning from exile all over again. I'm right there with you, boss. It's going to feel damn good to spread our wings. Speaking of which, shouldn't we go aboard our new ship? There's an absolutely enormous mech bay in there. And it's got my name written all over it. I love you, Yang. Damn right it does, Yang. You all heard him. Take your stations, everyone. We're free agents until Lady Arano calls for us. And there's money to be made. You've got a good point. The Argo is not in good shape, Commander, but with time, money, and some of Chief Vertinen's technical resources, we can address most of the major problems. Maybe even make this place nice again. I'll be in engineering if you want to know more. Lady Arano said she wanted us to get stronger. With these mech facilities, we finally have the resources to do that. Bring me scrap mechs from missions and shops, and I'll rebuild them into fighting machines. And remember, boss, when it comes to mechs, bigger is usually better. Oh, don't I know it.
That mech you asked for is cleared for fighting.
The Jaeger Mech S model is highly specialised at long-range autocannon fire support. It doesn't have much in the way of protection or closer-range weapons, though. Let's keep it distant out of harm's way, while we can mod it. That'll be the Jaeger Mech. Okay, let's put the spider into storage. Right. Make some money, get ready for the next mission. Ciao.